morning, everyone. Today is December 1st, which is super exciting that it's finally actually in vlogmas season instead of me just being a couple days ahead of vlogmas actually starting. Naturally, I forgot to film an outro for yesterday's vlog, but that's okay. We can catch up this morning instead. I had kind of an odd morning because it's the first of the month, right? So I was going in to do some like utility bills and stuff like that. And my account for my Wi-Fi provider said that I didn't have any services that I was using, but I've had Wi-Fi for over a month. So I had to get on the phone with them, or not on the phone, I used the like online chat and basically said like, why don't I have a Wi-Fi bill? Like, I've been using Wi-Fi for the last month. And basically when I called to like have it set up, they clicked boxes wrong because I said I had my own equipment, like the modem and the router and whatever, and they marked it as like doesn't need service, but they didn't shut off service to my address. And I brought this up to them and they were kind of just like, oh, like, that's weird. Do you want to get an account set up? And I had a moment of like, I don't know, do I? Because you're not making me pay for Wi-Fi at the moment. But I said like, no, I want to do the right thing and get my account set up because I don't want it to just randomly shut off. So I think I've got it fixed now. They're not charging me for the month that I wasn't paying for Wi-Fi. So yeah, that was my morning, but I also, like, about halfway through that chat, my stomach started feeling a little weird. I couldn't tell if it was just, like, I was anxious from the whole thing, like, taking longer than I wanted it to, or, like, if it's because it's so cold and, like, my sinuses are going nuts. So I took a hot shower, and now I've got some peppermint tea in my mug, and I'm hoping that that will help with whatever's going on. I really hope it's not a stomach issue. When I subbed yesterday, there was a little kid who told me her tummy wasn't feeling good, but also like she's 4, so I was like, define tummy not feeling good, and she said it was itchy. So I said, I think maybe she had tights on. So I was like, well, is it your tights? And she said yes. So I don't think it was actually like a stomach bug. But I know the teacher I was subbing for, her son was sick and felt nauseous, so I'm hoping it's nothing, but either way, it seemed like a good morning to kind of have like a chill, relaxed morning. So I'm going to show you what I've been up to with my 2 projects I've been working on, and then get started into like what I actually want to get done today. So this is what my holiday doodle cowl looks like so far. This is where my stitch marker was from yesterday, but I actually did some of this morning. So from like halfway through this red and green section up was actually this morning, not last night. And I'm noticing a few problems. First of all, I did not follow the advice in the pattern to size up needles for color work sections. I was like, oh no, it'll be fine. It's definitely puckering. So I'm not super worried about it for this project because it's going to be funky looking anyway with all the colors and crazy patterns and stuff. So I think for this I'll just block it and hope for the best when I'm done. But for the other cowl design, the Sitka spruce one, I think I might actually do a Michaels run before I start it and make sure I have the correct needles for everything. But I'll kind of see when we get there. I think I'm doing better on the color work section since this like snowflake one, but I'm also like making sure to hold my tension really loosely during color work sections. So we'll see if that fixes it. If not, I'll just have like a slightly bumpy edge to my cowl. I also originally said that like I was just gonna knit this one until I was out of yarn, but it is using up quite a bit of yardage already, and it's only like maybe 7 inches long. So I might have to go back and get another pack of this yarn from Hobby Lobby, but I think they have it all the time, so I'm not super worried about it being there or not. I'll just worry about it when I get there. So that's the holiday doodle cowl. I'll probably move the stitch marker up later today. And then I also have been working on my peppermint stripe scarf, and that's what I ended up working on last night at my craft club. So here's my stitch marker right there, and this is what I did during the hour and a half of craft club. It is quite long now, like so long that it's not visible within my camera field anymore. And I think I'm like halfway done. I seem to have about half of the yarn left, which I think will be a good length for this because I'll be able to like loop it around at least twice while wearing it, possibly get a third loop if it's really cold and I want it like really close to my face. So those are those two projects. For today, I actually have a custom order that I want to work on. I have a very dear friend who has been supporting my small business since it started. I think almost every holiday she's ordered something from me, which has been really nice, but she's doing a white elephant gift exchange and ordered one of my crocheted chickens. And since I do not have one currently in stock, I need to make one for her. So I think I'm just going to enjoy my peppermint tea. I'm going to watch some other people's vlogmas videos and make a chicken. Alright, well, I absolutely powered through this chicken, got it done in about an hour and 45 minutes. Usually they take me an hour and a half, so that was a little bit longer than usual. But I finally realized I think the reason why I don't feel good is because I'm tired, and this always happens to me, so like let me know if this happens to you too. But if I didn't get enough sleep, I feel nauseous first, and then later it'll process that I'm tired. So I got to a point of like, realizing I was hungry for lunch, so the nausea's gone, but also just realized how tired I was, which made plugging through this little guy very challenging, although I'm really excited to hand it off to my friend who ordered. So I think the plan now is I'm actually going to walk over to my parents' house because my mom has some leftovers for us for lunch. My dad made turkey and wild rice soup last night or a couple nights ago, I forget which one. So I'm gonna have that and then plan on coming back here and crashing for a nap for a little while because I do have choir at church tonight, so I'm gonna need some energy. So I think soup, nap, and then something caffeinated to get me through the rest of the afternoon, because I did also want to get to some editing and maybe a little bit of Christmas decorating because it's December 1st. So we'll see how far I get. It's just one of those days. Alright, I am back post lunch and nap. I feel a lot better, but still a little groggy, so I'm gonna like slowly get back into some of the tasks that I was gonna finish up. The first one that I realized I need to do was closing out my November bullet journal, and what this means is I make sure everything through the last day of the month is filled in, and then I swap out my marker colors and carry over anything that needs to be carried over from the previous month. So like if I have a book that I'm still reading that's in progress, I'll move it to the next month. Same thing with projects that I'm working on or goals that I didn't quite make it to, stuff like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that while I finish watching some vlogmas clips for the day. And then I do really want to get to some Christmas decorating. I think I'm just going to have to see how I feel after doing that, and maybe a few minutes of knitting just to kind of like let myself wake up a little bit and get back into it. So we'll see if I make it to the decorating part. And last thing for tonight, we actually have a wine advent calendar that a friend picked up for me from Costco. So I'm super excited to try this out. It's got this flap at the front and underneath all of the little spots where you can punch out the hole to get your bottle of wine. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then show you what was inside. All right, here goes day one. Slide it out, and looks like we've got a Cabernet Sauvignon from Bulgaria. These are mini wine bottles, so it's like 2 generous glasses or 3 normal size glasses in each bottle, which makes it perfect to share in the evenings. So I'll show you one of these each time we film a vlogmas clip, but that's going to be it for tonight. So I will see you in the morning for our next episode.